Shalom. Call halal YAHAWAH. BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. BAHASHAM. RAWCHAA QADASH. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who taught me this truth. Enough respect to the fellow Akim, the house of David, the hopefully elect. Peace to the elect. Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, Barakatham. To you Akim as well as the Agwaf that are listening and learning. This is brother YAHAWASHI from the Birmingham branch coming to you again with this 100% doctrine. Today's lesson is going to be entitled Mediocre, White Male America. Let's get that word mediocre before we go any further. Mediocre.
Mediocre.
Of only moderate quality, not very good. Not very good, man. Only of moderate quality. Well, there's a few scriptures that come to mind. You understand? But this is what this lesson is going to be on, man. All right? Your reign of terror, your toxic antics, laws and legislations, your policy, they only baseline. All right? That is white male mediocrity. Since we mentioned that, let's go ahead and get that in Daniel. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 4 and verse 17. And it reads, "This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men and giveth it to whomsoever he will." Read Job 9 and 24. "And setteth up over it the basis of men." Just a quick Google definition of that word basis. It says base, of a person or person's actions or feelings without moral principles, denoting or befitting a person of low social class, peasants, Neanderthals, servants, servitude. And this is the Lord, Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, has us under. He has us under the curse, which goes back to the garden when the serpent beguiled Eve. That same spirit was in Cain. That same spirit was in Esau. That same spirit is in white male America. USA Today, updated December 5th, 2020, your prophecy. "We must break free. Ijeoma Alu's mediocre book confronts white male power head on." And that's the spirit of the Lord that had me come across this, man. You know? And we finna confront it head on through scripture. You understand? Now, when she quoted, "We must break free," that should bring you to Micah 2 and 10, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. It would destroy you even with a sword of destruction," roughly paraphrased. Let's get into this article. White male mediocrity seems to impact every aspect of our lives, and yet it only seems to be people who aren't white men who recognize the imbalance. Now, the white men in this case are biblically known as the Edomites. But for the sake of reading it verbatim, we're going to go with that. Okay? It says, the words from the author, Ijeoma Alu, in her new book, Mediocre, The White Dangerous Legacy of a White Male America, out now, succinctly sum up the problems with a society that values white maleness above all others. Let's get that. She isn't insinuating that all white men are mediocre, which is not true. A nation within itself, they are birds of a feather, okay? What I'm saying is that white male mediocrity is a baseline, you see that? that dominate narrative, and that everything in our society is centered around preserving white male power regardless of wild male of regardless of should say white male skill or talent. Yeah, so regardless of the skill or the talent that they have, the laws and policies that they have in place is to preserve this legacy. That legacy goes into let's just get it. All right.
Legacy.
A thing handed down by our predecessor, man. All right. So for your father's doing, all right, according to the scriptures, you're going to get punished for that, which is you coming back in reincarnation anyway. You understand? And this is why Obadiah had to be written. Let's get that. This is the book of Obadiah, verse 1, the vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord, power concerning Edom. This is concerning Edom. This is a vision. And you people have your visions too. This is why you're just base and mediocre. It said, we have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador said among the heathen, arise ye, and let us rise up in battle, up against her in battle. Salakia. Number 2, verse 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. How is this being done? Dark side of American dream is killing white men. This is from the Detroit Free Press. Hey, Deuteronomy 30:7 says he's going to put all these curses on our enemies, the ones that hate thee. Who hated who? Let's get to the point in this. How they're being small among the heathen? Why do white males, with all the advantages we are afforded in American society, everything from being pulled over to the cop, from getting a hell of a loan on a horrible, miserable credit score. Y'all got it. Y'all got getting education, getting then you have to cheat on that. Here it is. You this is your own heaven, your ordained heaven, and you have to cheat. You have to do Ponzi schemes. It says account for 70% of suicides and kill ourselves at nearly twice the national rate. It's a question you got to ask yourself, white males, Edom, so-called Caucasians. Why? With all the benefits, all the perks that comes with this place, with your ordained heaven, why you knocking off yourself at 70% of the race? This goes back to what? Let's go. Hey, these devils getting visions, man. This is Genesis 4:13. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. And you haven't even, we haven't even started whooping on your ass with that rod of iron. And this is what it is, man. Some of it is they're trying to escape judgment. All right. They're trying to escape the earth because they know the scriptures. You know, if they don't know the scriptures, they get in visions. Even their own women know they're base. They're feeble. They're mediocre. Their daughters know. Their mothers know. They understand that. This is why YAHAWASHI had to bless them with the sword. You understand? But guess what? You've been deceived. You've been deceived with your own heart. Let's get that. That's Jeremiah 49:16. Thy terribleness have deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart. O thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill, O thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord. Yeah, you have made the eagle your mascot. All right, from the Romans to the Grecians to the Americas. You have set up NASA space stations in the heavens. But Yahweh Shem Shai is going to bring you down. And he's consuming you with the fire of his mouth by the way of the prophets. And there's nothing you can do about it. You know? And this is why they take on names of different nations. Because let's go back to Genesis 4:14. It says, what? Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid. So you the Egyptians, you the Grecians, you the Romans, you the by the way, you the Israelites. Okay? You play Persians, you play Chinese, you play Japanese. You got the last samurai, American soldier turned samurai with Tom Cruise. See, all these depictions of yourself, James Bond, 007, John Wick, all these are just your imaginations, man. The terribleness of your heart have deceived you. It says, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. And we don't have to slay you. No one has to slay you. You slay yourself because you see a judgment coming. 70% of suicides. It's only 100%. God, man. So the other, 30 is what? Young adults. Of course, LGBT, XYZ. And a few white women, as it explains to us in the next bullet point. It says why is suicide suddenly rising in women? Because they was passenger seat riders during the drive-by. Yeah, they were. All right, they accepted. All right, they looked on for years while because women cling to power. Okay, when you understand that aspect of life, and the woman is the weaker vessel, you have to understand they will cling to power, whoever has that power. But they want liberation. Good luck with white male toxicity. Says though it remains 3 times higher at 29.1 deaths per 100,000 for men of the same age. All right, and says why is the rate highest in the mountain west, the Rockies, starting from Montana on, continued on west out in Oregon, Silicon Valley, in California. These places pay big, and when you lose a job, when you have a family, you hear these cases where these Edomites, they're knocking off their whole family, man. All right, then it gets to the point the gun at themselves. They feeble, they weak, they don't do it. Some of them carry it through. All right, but they got to suffer for your sake. It says a vacation haven and outdoor playground. So they go to escape to pretty much knock themselves off, man. Let's go back to this article here. So this is the author, which is Ilua, if I'm pronouncing that right. All right. So let's continue. It says though, y'all know what I'm trying to do. Yeah. Check this out. She hitting it, right? She has some things going off on, but she get the gist of it. Though Alu finds President Donald Trump's racist rhetoric abhorrent and problematic, she doesn't spare his political opponents. She takes President-elect Joe Biden to task for his flip-flopping stance on busing to desegregate schools in the 70s, along with calling out Bernie Sanders' angry white male supporters, a.k.a. the Bernie Bros. Before them, they were what? Self-described as liberal men who infiltrated and co-opted social justice issues for their own means. Thy terribleness have deceived you, man. All right? You no longer can hold the height of the hill anymore, man. All right? You have been found out as the evil devil that the scriptures say you are, man. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 18. Pride was not made for men, nor furious anger for them that are born of women. Does that need breakdown? And if you're a proud man, it's not made for men. Nor furious anger for them that are born of women. We all are born of women. All right? By the male planting his seed, we all come from that woman. But furious anger was not made for us. That's not of our custom. But here it is, Esau hates you. Esau set laws and legislations to continue to trap you and snare you, to hold you back, to oppress you. Here it is, you have everything given to you on a silver platter, golden platter, for that will, the golden vessels that you took from the temple, and you're knocking yourself off, man. Fucking mediocre. Verse 19, they that fear the Lord are a sure seed, and they that love him an honorable plant. They that regard not the law are a dishonorable seed. They that transgress the commandments are a deceivable seed. So you got two extremes here, man. You got the sure plant, and you got the degenerate, the dishonorable seed. You go figure it out, man. Baseline is white male mediocrity, because they are the basis of men, and it's being shown. It tells you, Cain told you that he told the Lord that my punishment is greater than I can bear. And this is not only on this side, this is what's to come. Obadiah 18. Go read that. What that's talking about. What is that talking about? Wisdom of Solomon 5. We'll end here. Start at 13. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 13. Even so, we in like manner, as soon as we were born, began to draw to our end, and had no sign of virtue to show. Let's get that word virtue, okay? They had no sign of virtue to show, man.
Virtue.
Behavior showing high moral standards. Hey, if this motherfucker telling everybody they gotta take a vaccine, man. Get the fuck out of town, man. Those are not how you write constitutions and draw up amendments, and all of a sudden that's out the door now. He's a deceiver. All right? He's a murderer. It says a virtue, again, a quality considered morally good or desirable in a person, a good or useful quality of a thing. What quality does the so-called white man have? As she said not all white. You know that, like this guy, what the fuck a rapper name? I forget his name. He said not all white folks ain't racist, man. Well, tell them to give you the yacht that they rent out for the summer. Tell them to give you that beach house, all right, in Cancun. How about that? You don't want no motherfucking $1 million, no reparations, man. YAHAWASHI he's gonna be the orchestrator of that, man. He said, asking me to not give you the heathen, for an inheritance. It says, and had no sign of virtue to show, but were consumed in our own wickedness. You're consumed in your own wickedness. If you're trying to do the best you can to stop death in America, go take out all the guns. Go knock door to door and take the guns. Not try to jab somebody with your form of weaponry, a form of the sword. But he can't. He fucking mediocre. And even his laws are feeble. His education is infamy. Verse 14, Wisdom Solomon 5:14. For the hope of the ungodly is like dust that is blown away with the wind. What is that talking about? Why is blown and wind in the same breath? Like a thin froth that is driven away with the storm. What is that when the smoke clears? Why is this in the same breath? Like as the smoke, which is dispersed here and there with a tempest. Why is smoke and tempest in the same breath as wind, blown, froth, storm? We're speaking of the nuclear missiles. That's your future. This is what you're trying to escape by committing suicide, by trying to run to Mars, by trying to blow up the moon, or whatever diabolical plans that you have planned, man. All right, that shit is going to come to naught. It says, and passeth away as the remembrance of a guest that tarrieth but a day. Let's go back to Genesis. Okay. It says, behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. That word vagabond, real quick, a person who wanders from place to place without a home or job. Here it is. You have everything at your dispense, and you done fucked up the earth. You done fucked up the inhabitants of the earth. You're making people be like you by your laws, by your policies. You're making people celebrate pagan-ass holidays. You're making the people that you have captured and in captives to this day, making them celebrate in the figment of their imagination, something that is false. And back in Wisdom Solomon 14, it says, and passes away as the remembrance of a guest that tarrieth but a day. He had his day. He had his day, man. And a day to the Lord is what, 1,000 years. You know? So you pretty much had your run, man, ever since the Renaissance, man. Baseline is the white male, is white male mediocrity, man. So this has been Mediocre, the white male America. Lord willing, this was edifying and comforting. On to the next one. Shalom.